From radar.
The Weather Channel. No place on Earth has better weather.
No place on Earth has better weather, and you've tuned in just in time. It is 10 minutes before the hour. I know you want to get the very latest on the tropics because we are dealing with our fourth tropical depression of the season, and it is expected to become our fourth tropical storm of the season in the Atlantic Basin. Now, we have the latest for you. It is centered at 27.8 degrees north, 92.3 degrees west. That makes it about 205 miles southwest of New Orleans, Louisiana, with winds of 35 miles an hour, and it is nearly stationary. We've had some indications that this system is slowly drifting to the northeast, as we have very, very weak upper air steering currents. So this system will just pretty much meander here for another couple of hours, another several hours. It is expected to become a tropical storm, though, later today, and eventually, perhaps by Friday, move ashore, bringing very heavy rains along the coast of Louisiana and the southern Mississippi. And, of course, the latest computer models bring the system inland over southeastern Louisiana, again, as a tropical storm by Friday afternoon. This is the latest information from the National Hurricane Center. So let's get a look at the satellite picture. Of course, this is our infrared satellite picture, which is sensitive to cold air. So the more vivid colors you see here indicating the coldest cloud tops and the highest cloud tops in the atmosphere. Many of these responsible for some pretty heavy downpours over the open waters of Louisiana. So if you're getting an early start this morning and you're planning on heading along the coast,
Weather Channel. No place on Earth has better weather.
Historically speaking, usually as we move from the latter part of July into August, things start to get more and more active across the tropics. And indeed, that has been the case. This morning, we are tracking Tropical Depression number 4 as it continues to swirl out across the Gulf of Mexico. Here's the latest information that we have regarding this TD. It's centered at 27.8 north, 92.3 west. That is 205 miles southwest of New Orleans. Currently, maximum sustained winds at 35 miles an hour.
Channel. No place on Earth has better weather.
Well, making weather headlines today, Tropical Storm Danny. And we're now getting new information regarding Tropical Storm Danny. It continues to intensify, and now maximum sustained winds are now up to 60 miles an hour. Latest coordinates 28.6 north, 90.9 west. That is roughly 115 miles south-southwest of New Orleans. Now, because we have this tropical storm looming just off the coast, numerous watches and warnings have been posted. Hurricane watches have been posted from Cameron, Louisiana, and extending eastward all the way over towards Orange Beach in Alabama. Also, we have tropical storm warnings in effect for the same area, and we'll definitely be seeing some very squally conditions across the northern Gulf. Now, at this point, Danny is not moving very quickly, slowly drifting off towards the northern.
The Weather Channel. No place on Earth has better weather.
Well, it's time for our tropical update, and we have a lot to cover, so we'll get with it here. First and foremost, of course, Tropical Storm Danny centers 28.7 north, 90.9 west. That was as of 1 o'clock, and I believe we're getting updates now every 2 hours, so new ones will be coming off in about an hour's time. 110 miles now south-southwest of New Orleans. Winds are 60 miles per hour. It's moving northeast slowly at just 5 miles per hour, and the pressure is 102 millibars. That's 29.59 inches of mercury. Let's move in a little bit closer and tell you about the watches and warnings. Hurricane watches are in effect, meaning there's the possibility of hurricane-force winds. Why is that? Well, it's in a favorable area for strengthening. Of course, it's so close to land, there is a chance that it'll make landfall before it has a chance to strengthen to hurricane status, but that's not a complete certainty yet. So we probably will see some strengthening with Tropical Storm Danny. Not quite sure just yet if it'll become a hurricane. Tropical storm warnings are in effect. You could have tropical storm force winds at this time along the southern shoreline and moving farther to the north as it moves closer to land. Here's the satellite picture, and you can see it's very symmetrical. Sometimes you can see the circulation over here and most of the clouds off to one side or the other, and that tells you that it's getting some wind shear, but it is not at this time. So it's symmetrical. It tells us it's well organized. It has high pressure over it in the upper atmosphere. Again, just a favorable area for development, but you can tell that it's very close to land at this time. As a matter of fact, the tropical storm force winds and rain are already coming into the southern coast of Louisiana. And actually, we've had some rain showers around New Orleans as well. A real area for concern, actually all of this area, because really the biggest threat when you have a tropical storm